Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. It's going to be a quick one because there is not too much happening here before the CPI data is going to be released. Remember, today, inflation day. That's what everybody's waiting for here always. Every month we've got CPI, Consumer Price Index. You can see it actually here. Core CPI is going to be released, CPI year over year and month over month. If you open this up, you can read through this here. Consumer prices, consumer price index, and then the forecast is actually 0.4%. Yeah, let me just double check. Yeah, forecast 0.4% increase. That's month over month, and the previous was 0.5. Previous was a little higher than expected by the market. It didn't have a major effect, but still, you know, you expect a lot of volatility today. So take everything what I say in this video before CPI with a pinch of salt. It could very well quickly be thrown over. So I can only share you different scenarios. Which one is eventually going to play out is the market is deciding that. The problem on a day like this is things happen so fast that you can very quickly see scenarios being completed and you haven't had time to manually adjust what you needed to adjust, right? So year over year, by the way, 6%, and before was 6.4%. If it's lower than any of that, if it's lower than forecast, you would typically expect that it is quite good for crypto. What we need to note, though, is that the DXY is in support. So Ethereum is now in resistance. We talked about that in yesterday's video. Yeah, we're heading into resistance here, the previous highs, whereas the DXY is now in support. So I could see a possible sell-off coming. Now, that doesn't need to mean necessarily new lows for Bitcoin Ethereum, but it might mean just a stronger retracement. And the DXY is actually, in my opinion, ready to rumble here to the upside again. And doesn't need to go now, but it has hit support. So that's when you need to be on high alert that things could go up. As you know, there is at least temporarily a negative correlation between the DXY and Ethereum and Bitcoin. Well, crypto as a whole. So it's going to be very, very interesting, right? By the way, if you want to see regular DXY analysis, check out my second channel. It's called More Trading Online. You can also find a link in the description and on our website. So let's look at Ethereum wave count. I won't discuss the higher degree scenario in this video. We did that in the last one, but just to note what we talked about, that we could still get an extension to the upside. And the way this is developing here might indicate we might not even get into the support area. Yeah, I mean, we had yesterday a nice trade setup here. We hit that support area. I already did hide it on the chart, but that was a great one because it hit target afterwards. Now we've got another one. Ideally, I would like it to get into this region to then set out to rally in a fifth wave. However, the way this is going at the moment, at least, indicates that what we could be seeing here is an Elliott Wave triangle. Now that's really on the micro level, so there's no point really counting that in too much detail, but could be a triangle. Just be aware of that if we start to break above the high, and that's here on Binance. I mean, different exchanges will have slightly different values, but looking here on Binance, ETH USD, not USDT, yeah, USD, we've got a high of 1702. A break above that could very well take us higher. What is resistance? So let's take a look. Of course, we've got 1743, which is the high of the 16th of Feb. But also, if I draw here my magical fibs, go to the low here, then yeah, what's going to be resistance? Resistance is going to be 1880. Well, let me just adjust that correctly. Don't want to give you a value and then I've missed the absolute low. Don't want to do that. Play around here with the fibs. No, that should be okay. So it's 1885. So, you know, 1880, 1890, depending on the exchange, because that's the 1.38 fib retracement. Discussed yesterday what that means. But that is key resistance on the way up. Yeah. So that 1740, 1750 level here, the previous high, plus then if it really escalates, we will have resistance at 1885. Doesn't mean we couldn't get above it. But it means if we get above it, it cannot be an overshooting B wave. So this scenario will then die, yeah, where we have a B and come down once more, even lower. But I discussed these scenarios in yesterday's video. For now, we're tracking if Ethereum can generate a 5-wave move, which means a 5-wave move always is positive. It indicates the trend could have shifted. So eventually, on the shorter time frame here, we've got the possibility to push that fifth wave in. Yeah, I mean, if I give you a target now on the lower time frame, not resistance, but really a target, then we talk about that we take the length of waves 1 through 3. I can only base it on the low that we had here, basically the last low of the triangle. If it comes lower, those targets will shift down. Yeah, so today a lot can happen. Just note that, but you can adjust that on your chart, or if you use, if you're a channel member, you can just use the TradingView chart. But target-wise, we talk here about 1787 as a first target for the fifth wave. In my opinion, a very realistic one. And then 1865, which is very close to that resistance anyway. Okay, in a very much escalation scenario, I don't want to say I wouldn't be surprised, but it would, well, I wouldn't be, because crypto can always rally like crazy sometimes. It would be 1991. Okay, I don't see that necessarily, but that's the 1-to-1 ratio, and that is an escalation level, and it's an extension, and it means it's basically just below psychological mark as well, right? $2,000. So that's something, those are levels to observe. On the way down, as long as we stay above 1567, I think we can get one more wave up with those targets I highlighted. If we drop below 1567, then this region down here will get important, and then we need to see, can Ethereum actually create that wave 2, that higher low? So if we break below immediate support 1567, key support will be the 78.6 retracement, which is 1489. If a drop below 1489 will probably lead to new lows here in the green support area. Then we had the scenario play out that this was just a B wave. Yeah. So either we get one more wave up and have a clear 5-wave move, and can then look at a stronger retracement, maybe a 1-2 setup, or if we come down now, it increases the chances that we actually also break 1489, because actually we had only 3 waves up. I can always count it in 5 waves, but it really, as always, if you have then an unclear advance, an unclear rally, it always depends on the key support. So if we come back deeply and the 1489 level is holding, we could expect also another rally in a 5-wave move afterwards. So it's really then from here, yeah, as long as we hold 1567, one more high expected. If we don't get it, 1567 is the key support. A drop below that could take it to 1489, and a drop below that will probably cause it to drop below 1370. I think that's sort of a good summary. Rewind that if you like. But yeah, that's sort of the key. And that's my update about Ethereum. I will try to do a live stream today about CPI. I'm not entirely sure if I can do it because I've got some appointments today, but I hope to. And I will publish the link in the comments here. No, not in the comments, in the community section, and also on Discord and Telegram. Okay, that's my update about ETH. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.